Welcome to another replay commentary, this time with Fresh, also sporting the new name. I think that might have appeared in another replay or in the stream that I'm doing later today. But yeah, we ran into more people in a streamed ranked game and I was like, okay, this is too often, it's time to change again. Because this is on the second channel, I don't have too many qualms about bringing attention to that because there's like 10 of you. Hopefully more in coming time as we upload more to the second channel. Including League content, replays. In case you haven't noticed, I'm re-uploading a lot of these. Now, I forgot music in the first two. Hopefully, I don't forget music in this one. Or you can just let me know if you'd rather have music or not in these kind of replay commentaries. Olaf was a bit of a Chad. He said that he didn't need a leash, so I gave him one auto attack non-negotiable. Here, we're up against a Scion who will build Hullbreaker, spoilers, and then who else kind of Scion doesn't do that these days. And we are building, as said in the thumbnail, a little bit of a unique pushy build. And is this build good is the first question anyone's going to ask when they click on a video like this. This was the first experiment with such a build, under the idea that we wanted to farm as many souls as possible and wave clear as much as possible. You know, push the wave, go do Gromp, come back, push the wave, go do wolves or raptors, come back, push the wave. So in the early game, first of all, let's talk about our runes. We have Lethal Tempo because we're going for scaling anyway. We want to get as much farm as possible. Then we'll use the Lethal Tempo late game to work with the Titanic, the Soul on hit, etc. So the build that we're going for, it's going to be Titanic Hydra into Rudan's Hurricane. So that leads to a hilarious amount of wave clear. Perhaps too much wave clear, actually. And what we're going to do with this kind of thing is let's consider if it's good or not together. Let's absolutely comment down below what you think about such a build. Or maybe you can do it now, but do watch the rest. I'll reveal something at the end of this replay. Okay, so a nice thing you can do with Scion is that if he does try to Q you, you can break that Q with your E pretty much instantly, and that will often cause Scion players to not fully charge their Qs. If you are a Scion going into this, I suggest at least getting the knock-up, so you can get like an extra auto. That will lead to your graph stack if you're using it, or electrocute if you're crazy. It will lead to an easier time landing an E or the other way around, or landing W, etc. But if you are the Fresh in this situation and you've flayed the Scion out of his Q, make sure you get out of there quickly because it does reduce the cooldown of Scion's next Q. So careful of that. As for the rest of the game, they have Seraphine mid, Jhin and Karma bot, who are already kind of winning against our Karthus Tarm bot. It's a bit interesting. We were quite low on the AD besides kind of me and mostly Olaf. And we're 1-4 right now with a 2k gold deficit on the team. We're equal CS and we've just been freezing it, keeping it. You know, Sion's always pushing with his Q and stuff. And I miss CS as usual. I swear I got good at it at some point. But I say this is kind of testament to how good it is to actually practice CS in like practice tool or even custom games, or just have games where you focus on CS. That was a Mastery 7 hook if I ever seen one. The minion is clearly there. So if you do go into practicing just CSing, just last hitting, not pushing, not freezing, although this would be relevant as well, go into a practice tool game and make sure you put a bot on the enemy team. You can go to another lane, like I think most bots go to bot lane for some reason. And then you can just go top lane and farm there, maybe mid, I don't know. You need the bot on the enemy team because minions level with champions. So if you don't do that, then the minions on the enemy team will always be lower than yours after like a minute. And then your lane will automatically push no matter what you're doing, which is very silly. And I didn't get that for a while, so I was wondering why I just couldn't freeze the lane or pull it back, and I thought I was just tragically stupid in like so anyway, Trundle appears top and the Scion ults. This isn't my bad, I just didn't ward. I do ult. Ult is a great escape tool, and did we ghost? Yes, we ghosted immediately. Olaf, the Chad, immediately comes to my rescue, but I don't have a lantern for him. I'm tempted to come back, but I know that's bad. I know it's a dumb idea to go back. So really what I should have done is not stuttered, just been like, alright, thanks for dying, Olaf, and maybe snagged a little more XP before backing, or just backing immediately so I can take this wave when it, you know, crashes the tower, if I had enough time. I do have teleport, so I definitely had enough time. And then good old Scion, now he's overstaying. He will actually die to me and we'll take the first kill. He's got himself a Serrated Dirk. Now he's got a hammer too. So he's, I think that's Prowler's Claw, right? Lethality Scion into Hullbreaker. I was going to jokingly call him a man of culture, but someone would probably take that the wrong way. Anyway, we got the makings of a Titanic Hydra. So if you can't afford the 900 for the giant spells, you're only missing 50 health if you only buy the 2 ruby crystals. So it's all good. Miss the hook on Scion. And then he ults away. So if I didn't miss the hook, I would have got him. I think there was something else I could have done here as well, like just, you know, walk up. We do get the Rift Herald down, and he does deploy it when the cannon is taking focus, meaning it doesn't take as many hits, but it's still better to deploy the Herald outside of turret range, so you get, you know, it doesn't get shot while charging up or spawning, so that's a bit bad. Trundle does take the initiative, he gets a dragon. He's currently 005, so Trundle is doing a great job. I miss the wolves with a Q. I mean, you get away with that maybe if you're a support main, you know, you don't see wolves that often, you certainly don't hook to them. But I'm a top main, I should be good at this, and I used to play Jungle Fresh all the goddamn time. So silly. Anyway, we get a hook under the turret with the Scion. He's pushing a lot, he's silly. Sometimes this happens, and that's why I'm hesitant to say, oh yeah, this is build good. This build has potential. I don't know, because I got quite a few kills. It's like with the AP Fresh game when we just killed the Warwick over and over. Spoilers. We got the Titanic now, so we now have 2 daggers because we couldn't quite afford Berserker's Greaves. I would definitely go for it, because it is just a really nice attack speed in slot item. But look at that, wave clear. Now Scion can no longer push the tower, so this is, in a way, obviously any champion with good wave clear naturally would achieve a similar result. But us having the Titanic Hydra and the attack speed does help. Now he tries to all in me with his Prowler's Claw, and he doesn't Q because I don't E, and when he finally Qs, I E, and then bam. Honestly, if you're Scion, just half charge a Q, or get it cancelled on purpose, because your cancelled Q will have a much lower cooldown than Fresh's Flay. So that's his mistake there. However, if that did happen, then I could back off. I could choose to back off. Though, if I was him, I would probably not engage with ult unless it was from good distance to get extra damage. Just do that kind of either half Q pokes until I'm low, or, you know, charge a Q, get it cancelled on purpose, then commit with your ultimates. Or E ultimate, or no, ultimate, then E, because it's quite easy to land. And then go for the all-in. Be Prowlers. Heck, do Prowler's ultimate, I don't know. So I tried to roam bot lane, but ended up teleporting top, and for some reason Trundle's here, doing some counter jungling and preparing for Rift Herald. That's a bit of a shame. That's the thing I do like to do, is to roam and then teleport back to lane. So I'm just kind of looking around for the enemies. Zeref is nice enough to help, and for some reason Scion's proxying over here, and we'll get hooked on the ultimate. Don't worry, it wasn't that flashy. And then we'll go ahead, farm more. So we've got our Zeal now, which gives us extra move speed. Move speed is always good. Push the wave very quickly. So being able to push the wave quickly is really nice, because normally Fresh's wave clear absolutely sucks. Look at us missing the Hex Gate like a fool. More souls. Gotta get to top lane to try and save the turret. That's why we aren't getting the wolves. Sorry, the Gromp soul. But that's okay. So when it comes to soul farming, you want to be around as much death as possible, which sounds fairly in character. Ish. It's not specifically a lore thing, but you are, you know, basically death. At least in appearance. Okay. You get that, I leave it for Olaf. Get the Jhin, he does not juke, and he Gale Forces after. Don't take that risk, man. Don't underestimate AD Fresh. In fact, don't even underestimate Fresh. I've got a full team behind me. 4-0-2. So now we got Runans and Titanic, so we got a very nice start. Scion does still get my turret because he's Scion. He's going to get this one too. Because that was the price of my roam. If I didn't do that bot roam and then teleport earlier, I would have been able to teleport to defend. Okay, now we got the enemy team on me. I'm going to stun Trundle. Team is able to help out. And I just got to walk in a straight line away. I do lantern myself. I could have definitely pushed that towards Olaf to help him a bit more. Same for the soul. Get it. We're still in range of the top lane, so we're not going to miss the souls. And that's alright. Sometimes I like to just collect the soul with my body, because if I lantern the Gromp, then Olaf might take it, and that would, you know, some kind of league peer pressure, or he's like, oh, what's Fresh thinking? Or he wants me to take this farm? Oh, brilliant. You know, I want to avoid that. Like, we can argue, oh, that's Olaf's fault, and that it's not my fault, but, you know. Playing around how other people would play is part of any kind of PvP game, so... Or even PvE if it's a teammate. Now here we're like, Olaf, please, we don't know where the enemy team is. We literally just saw Trundle, and Sion's pushing top. Even watching this back, it makes it look questionable that we're not engaging on the Karma. We could have probably killed her, but we don't know where they are, and Sion is pushing top. It is a safer decision. I still think now, even though I'm a little hesitant to call it the right decision, just watching it back like that, with my kind of half focus, it's probably the safer decision, and we could have ended up losing top turret to Sion. He does now have Hornbreaker. I'll lantern it after Olaf leaves the Gromp. Just for that. Anyway, now we're getting our Frostfire. Frostfire is still good. Gives you that health. We got the Null Magic as well. The Seraphine is 4-0. Apparently she was kicking his Zeraf's ass. And Zeraf was getting a little fiery, little annoyed. Shit combo from me. That's okay. So we got the Titanic. We got the health. I think we might have Overgrowth. No, we do not have Overgrowth. I popped Ghost stupidly. And they all pinged that apparently. That's not good. Going around to without Sion here, he's probably going to ult away. He does. I'm not able to get there in time. You can see the Runelands and the Titanic has this kind of janky wave clear combo. Let's like look. The timing kind of puts me off, so I do miss CS here and there. Because I'm not used to this. But you can wave clear hilariously fast. Dare I say too fast. Like Titanic already does so much. But when you add it at the Runelands as well, it's kind of crazy. Anyway, not afraid of Sion at all because we have such a gold lead, first of all. And we got DPS, we got 100 souls already. 113 at 25, pretty damn good. Honestly, I attribute that more just because I played another game of this build. I attribute that more to just winning. Like, you don't need to wave clear fast. As long as the minions die, you are getting souls. So the purpose of this is for me to go into the jungle, but we did lose top tower. Both due to my roaming and due to Hullbreaker Sion, or just Sion, I guess. Land the hook here. And also Olaf is keeping on top of his farm. That was a thing that the team didn't appreciate, because a lot of people were complaining that Olaf's not ganking bot as much as the enemy, or Olaf isn't doing whatever as much as the enemy. But he was constantly ahead of Trundle in CS. Because he kept counter jungling Trundle and he kept on top of his own CS, so that was good. The only problem with that kind of playstyle is that people can absolutely just mold and like I played this game, I think as Hecarim jungle recently, and I ganked bot lane once, then I ganked top lane 3 times because the enemy top laner was free. And because I ganked top 3 times and Blitzcrank sucked, he decided, okay, I troll now. He said that in team chat. Because, you know, I like top lane. And then, you know, he kind of proved himself to be a bad player there. And then he did things like he was like 2v4 and then he hooked the enemy Renekton into the 2. Like him and I think the top laner. That was just silly. Anyway, I'm trying to ward the enemies off so we can hopefully get this. I think, no, Olaf's dead. So I'm trying to prevent them from getting it. But kind of impossible. I'm already out of cooldowns. I think I don't know. I might have thought Olaf is still alive. Trying to do damage. Trundle is a high damage champ. So am I though. Nice little Tom taxi. Try to go for the, what was that, Seraphine? But she does have very long range and I do not have the move speed. I don't have the ghost to go catch her. But still a very nice one fight. We've got a Frostfire and we're going into, I believe, Abyssal Mask. Could be Spirits as well. Abyssal Mask is nice because it reduces magic damage. I mean, magic resistance. It does also have magic resistance on itself. So it does technically reduce magic damage as well. It's a very nice item on Thresh because you like to be up close, you like to be tanky, you need magic resist, and it reduces enemy magic resist, and you do magic damage. And Void Staff, you don't typically want to buy. Because AP is a little questionable, especially on a squishy item like Void. I wait for Jhin, but he doesn't appear, so I just go Wave Clear again. The good thing is that the wave clear does mean I can very easily just push, roam, stay on top of CS, and still be in team fights as well. So that is quite nice. Normally fresh wave clear does suck a bit. That's why Titanic is good. But sometimes Titanic's good enough. We kill Trundle. We were thinking about doing Baron anyway, but we kill Trundle and then we go do it again. So Athena is here with her Liandry's DPSing the Olaf, so I need to start tanking. Nice thing is, him being on low health means more attack speed, and I think more lifesteal. I'm not too clear on the reworked Olaf, to be honest. Give him a shield. He gets a smite, missed the hook, unfortunately. And then we just back out. Easy, we got what we came for. Looks like a fight happened and I barely dodged a bullet. Abyssal Mask acquired, we now do more damage with our souls. This would of course work with Wit's End as well. Very good item. In fact, we could have went Wit's End, but I did want more health just because the enemy does have like a big Jhin. They do have a big Seraphine, and both of those champions at the current moment with the Liandry's do have, health scaling damage. But that's okay. Having health with Thresh's armor is really nice. Like, if I'm super tanky, which I definitely more tanky with Abyssal Mask than Wit's End, and I just spend so much time alive that I can just sit there DPSing. We have so much attack speed already, especially with lethal tempo. We could go Wit's End next. I'm not actually sure what I build next. Either going more defense or the Wit's End would be really nice in this instance. Even Blade of the Ruined King would be nice for some extra physical damage on our team. And also scaling with the enemy's health, like Sion. They don't have that many tanks. Okay, they got Trundle as well. So yeah, Blade of the King would be really good. Especially since Trundle has Force of Nature at the moment. Gonna keep him off. We're gonna do some DPS. I am taking a lot of damage, and the Jhin will finish me. As you can see, he is taking a lot of punishment, and I barely scratched him. The Stridebreaker Olaf comes in, kills Akali and Joya, hopefully. Oh, one more. Nice. I'm cheering on my team, even though the game's already finished. Our team has pulled ahead in advantage now. 26 to 21, 3 dragons to 2. That's my first death. As you can see, the Karthus has died a lot, which is optimal passive use, I guess. And back we are. Wolves, those are souls. I go up here to get the Crab Soul before attempting to, I guess, push top. We could have alternatively gone bot to get the Raptors. His Sion, immediately he's going to get out of there. So we can again quickly wave clear with that Titanic Hydra and Runan's combo. Now Runan's does also apply on hits like Thresh's Soul on hit, so there is synergy there. In fact, my first Thresh top build was Nash's Tooth, which was a little different to it is now. Had more cooldown, and in hindsight was very bad because, its damage scaling is kind of bad. But it was the highest attack speed item at the time, other than like Blood Razor. I used that, and that was slightly dumb of me. I should have blocked it. That's my bad. Get some kills. But yeah, I used to use Nash's Tooth and Runan's Hurricane in my first build. But then again, damage was much lower back then, so you could afford to take 2 not tanky items and kind of, not die in half a second. It was nice. It was really nice. Now you have to build tankiness. The durability update helps. But it's still nothing compared to before. I honestly like the tank meta. I like an actual tank meta. This is not a tank meta. Anyone that thinks this is a tank meta didn't see the old tank meta. I know. It's still best to build like Sunfire. To be honest, let's be real. It's a bruiser meta. There's just bruisers building Sunfire or Frostfire like Shyvana and stuff. Sion is going for the Nexus. Like, he's a real trooper, this Hullbreaker Sion. He keeps buying the Fallacy though. I'm not sure that's the way to go with the Collector. We get Baron. And we're going after the dragon now. I'm ghosting in. I'm just like, I'm a big boy. I want this shit. But Trundle, he's got a mission. And I'm after the wrong target. I should have been trying to pull him away. I'm trying to get Jhin instead. And just take their entire team away. So good job, Trundle. We're still going to win the fight though. And we got Baron. We can push this. We got a cannon wave here. Tarm is 1v1ing this Sion. So I come in. What's he going to do? Ult. Too late. Not this time. Prowlers during the... passive kind of funny. Even Sion in passive is not going to do much damage to me as we, oh god, camera, as we win the game 9-1-11. So, final item was indeed Blade of the Ruined King for more physical damage. The lifesteal helps as well because whenever you're this tanky and you're auto-attacking, lifesteal helps you live longer. And this led to me having a bit of a brain fart build about trying Gordrink again, so maybe we'll do that. Anyway, do you think this build is good? I don't know. It's serviceable. It has a Titanic in it, so it's got a decent start. But the Runan's Hurricane? Is it too squishy? Does it do enough damage? Should we just go Blade instead? Should we just go Wits instead? Because we know those are good. Particularly Wits End. Runan's got the AoE though. Is the benefits of the AoE just too much. It's just unnecessarily too much AoE. Maybe. I'll definitely have to play with it some more, but maybe we can start thinking about this together in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.